Hi, this is Monica
and Lindy
from Huckleberry Mountain Botanical School of Herbalism.
I'm getting us set up on the prepared homestead.
So yesterday, Sean, Lindy, and I were at
And Hero.
Yeah, but he wasn't speaking.
Yeah, that's true.
We're speaking at the Spokane Herbal Fair. So if we got an opportunity to meet you, hello again. Hi. And if you come, please say hello. We have a drawing that we do once a month for anyone who says hello or gives an emoji, because Lindy loves emojis, or just says here or present or whatever. Tell us you're here, say hello, do something, and your name will be entered into the drawing. The person who wins the drawing, hi Shamra.
Jinx.
Okay. The person who wins the drawing will receive 2 or 3 of the herbal preparations that we make this month.
Dad, you're not getting entered into the drawing.
Sean. Yeah, you get all the stuff that we make. It's all about you, honey. So anyway, you would get 2 or 3 of the herbal preparations. We put it in the mail and send it off to you. The things that we've made here, during our videos.
And we enter.
That's a lot of likes right there.
Yeah, we enter Shamra again.
Shamra's entered. And she gave you the emojis.
Yeah.
Loving the emojis. Shamra, we didn't see you yesterday. Such a bummer. We were kind of hoping that
in Spokane?
Yeah, at the herb fair. Kind of hoping that people would come and that we'd get a chance to chat and stuff, but that was okay. We met a lot of new people and got some new products and got to talk and hang out. It was nice. And the weather totally cooperated. Kind of like today. So frustrating. We had our herbal meetup set. We looked at the weather yesterday and it said rain and 58.
Yeah.
We were like, we're supposed to do outside. Yeah. I was like, that's not a good place for, if we had a wild crafting outing that was planned, then yeah, we would have just done that. Put on your rain gear, we're going.
Just a social gathering.
Hi, Mark.
She wanted to, but
life. Yes, life. I hear you, girlfriend. But if it had been a wild craft outing, we would have gone anyway, but this wasn't. This was an herbal meetup. We were having lunch.
Hi, so Mark, you get entered into the drawing.
Going into the drawing. And so we canceled, and then today ended up being beautiful and nice. And it was like, oh man, we canceled. But what can you do? You have to call things at a certain time. And when people are bringing kids or they're coming out, they're just not that committed when it's cold and wet. Yeah. Really. Even my herb students have a hard time forcing themselves out into the cold and wet. And when we went wildcrafting, it was actually just an identification walk, a botanical type walk around lake. And about halfway through, some people just...
It rained in Blanchard. Oh. I mean, wherever Shamra lives.
Wherever Shamra is.
None of us know. I didn't give that information out.
She's given it, I think. Okay. So today we are going to be making, what do you like to call them? Let's call them bombs. Let's call them an herbal bite or an herbal bomb, because Lindy doesn't like it being called an herbal ball. I don't know why. Oh, and you know what's funny? If you've listened to us a lot, you know how I like to compare everything to baby poop?
Baby diarrhea.
Baby diarrhea. Okay. Yesterday was the perfect opportunity. I don't know how it's possible, but even in my talk about incorporating herbs into your everyday life, I was able to incorporate baby diarrhea.
She did.
Pretty much at any time, I can compare something to baby diarrhea.
It says, you said, don't add green herbs to blueberry smoothie. Yeah, that just looks like baby diarrhea. All right, so we're going to make these herbal balls. Bites. What do you like to call them? I just call them herbal balls. They're fine. Bites. We'll call them bites, bombs, whatever we want to call them. They're going to be little round shaped items that you normally refer to as balls. And we are going to make those. Poop happens. Totally. I mean, last live too, someone called something a poosicle. I was like, what? That's so perfect. You were there. You heard.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
So Susan. Yeah.
No, so we're talking about suppositories and it's just...
and depositories and pusicles. Come on.
No, a
Fun
good name for suppositories would be pusicles.
Pusicles.
It was the typo, by the way.
Yes.
For those
It was. She was trying to say popsicle. But it was perfect. It was so perfect. All right, so we are going to start out with dates. Any kind of date you want, medjool, or these are actually tamar dates or something like that. So we're going to blend these until they start forming a thick paste, which is kind of turn into a ball.
Well, now I'm laughing because you're saying it all.
I know. I have to say it weird because she's laughing. It's bumpy, people.
Pitted, right?
Huh?
These are pitted, right?
Yeah, they're pitted. Yeah, make sure they're pitted.
So much fun.
I know. Good time. Here we are. It's starting to kind of, if I had more in here, it would be clumping better, but it's starting to clump, and that's what you're looking for. Is
Clumping
that
into a sphere.
that clumpy poop?
Oh my gosh.
I got problems, people.
Ah.
Just gonna do it a little more. All right, so that has formed a nice round spherical shape. And we're gonna put it into the bowl. Now, the thing about making these herbal spheres is that the amount of ingredients is approximate. Because as you add things, you want to make sure they're gonna hold together. Coconut flour is going to be your secret weapon. If you don't have coconut flour, take shredded coconut, please not sweetened, and just grind it up really, really well. And then you will have a type of flour.
Okay.
If you've never worked with coconut flour, be careful because it will draw all of the moisture out and create a real almost chalky consistency if you put too much in. So don't put too much in. So we've got this nice paste here, and what's awesome about dates is they bring in a nice sweetness without having to over sweeten it with things like honey or even maple syrup and things. So, and today we're going to be using ashwagandha and holy basil in our, what are we calling these?
Herbal bites.
Yes, and these
Chocolates, depending on what you flavor them as.
Right, we're not putting cocoa in them.
Last ones I made, they were chocolate.
I'm calling them Adaptogen Truffles, even though these technically aren't truffles.
Okay, well here's the thing. I don't have an issue with the word. I don't know.
Okay, so the amount of nut butter.
Truffles, that's good though. A third of a cup of nut
just
butter.
so you know, we are using almond butter, but you can use sesame, you can use peanut.
Any kind of, make sure it's on the thicker side though.
So
that they can actually form into.
Yeah, because we have run into that. If you're using too runny of a nut butter, it can be very, very difficult to thicken and actually get into those nice spheres that you're looking for. The spheres. All right. Oh, yeah, make sure we get enough in there.
I don't know what my issue is.
Okay. So we're going to scrape this out, and then Lindy's going to measure out the honey because we are going to put some honey in there as well. I don't know that I want
I'm
a
a little tired or something because I'm feeling all giggly and stuff. You're
feeling giggly?
Yeah.
Maybe you are tired. Could be hormonal. I don't know. Just saying.
Say that on live.
Okay.
I don't have hormones.
You don't have hormones? Okay. So we're going to mix and blend, and a third cup. I put a little less than a third though, I think. Because again, we don't want this too runny because you're going to be working here to thicken it up because you're going to want to make those nice spheres and then roll it into coconut or cocoa powder or seeds, really chocolate, like some any you can roll it in anything. You can even roll it in things like rose hips or things like that.
Last ones I made were chocolate flavored. So it was think it was peanut
cocoa
butter.
powder, peanut butter.
And cocoa powder with my herbs, and then I rolled it in a cocoa powder and coconut
blend
thingy.
Yeah, those were really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yours did yours rose hips, hawthorn
for the heart,
and linden with a little bit of orange peel.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really good. This is about the consistency that you're going to want, and I know it's kind of hard to see, but it needs to, it still should have a little bit of stickiness, because I haven't put the herb in there yet. Whatever herbs you're using, you need to make sure they're powdered. Do not put chunks in there. It's
unless you just want to eat a bunch of leaves.
Right. And that might be fine for you, but for a lot of people, and especially if you're giving these to teens or people that aren't familiar with herbs and you're trying to introduce them to it, this is a great way to introduce people to herbs, because these are delicious. Honestly, they are so good. Everyone that we've ever given these to, whether it's our actual chocolate truffles, which are so good, or these, which have the peanut butter or any kind of nut butter and honey, have just, I mean, like, oh, these are so good. These are delicious. And, you know, this, I was talking yesterday about incorporating herbs into your everyday life. And one of the things I'm always trying to encourage people to do is draw other people into your love of herbs. So it's not just a selfish thing. You're spreading the knowledge, you're spreading the love, and you do that in simple ways that inspire people to try. And if you serve these to some friends, or you bring them to a homeschool co-op, or you bring them to a school and give them to teachers, or to church, and you share them at a potluck, people be like, oh my gosh, this is herb stuff. This is so good. This is delicious. And you've just won over, you know, a group of people that maybe weren't open to herbs before. This is a great way to do it. All right, give me a tablespoon, please.
Okay.
So we're gonna do 3 tablespoons. When you powder things, you actually can measure them with tablespoons, because everything is uniform and powdered. Before it's powdered, it's really important.
It's all different sizes.
Yeah, it's important to measure according to weight.
Oh, riddle. So,
Joke, story, riddle.
Is heavier, a ton of bricks or a ton of feathers? I'm asking the common people.
Oh my gosh, Lindy.
I'm joking. Why do I say these things? I'm sorry. But seriously. Now we have to wait for the 30-second delay.
The delay, yes.
This makes telling riddles a lot more not interesting.
Okay.
A ton is a ton. Thank you, Shamra.
A ton is a ton. Shamra, you're a genius. You beat everyone to it.
Yeah. Do I see 5? Oh, 8.
Can it be tricky? I don't know. It could be tricky.
Oh, I love the emoji. Well, I didn't get it the first time, but that's not saying much.
A ton of bricks. I think that's heavier than a ton of feathers. Feathers are so much lighter.
Well, besides, we had like 1 brick, 1 feather, obviously, but people just go, like, they don't think about weight. Like, that's not the first thing that we measure. We look at things, we look at how big they are and stuff, and we know, like, a brick is known for being heavy. So when you say brick and heavy and feather and heavy, like, light as a feather,
stiff as a board,
thick as a
doesn't anybody remember that?
As heavy as a brick.
Light as a feather, light as a feather, stiff as a board.
But bricks, the things that you throw into windows to break them.
Yeah, bricks. Yeah.
Yes.
You don't throw feathers. That would be weird. Okay, you guys, now I'm kneading this now, and because it's thick enough. And that's really great. If it wasn't this thick, wasn't thick enough to knead it at this point, I would be slowly incorporating the coconut flour. But right now, it's actually pretty perfect. Can you get a plate?
Yes.
And these can be made as small or large as you want. However, I'm going to give you suggestions, and you can take it or leave it. Totally up to you. If you make them too big, they're intimidating. They're not that tasty. It's that bite, that small bite that just makes it really nice. The biggest I think you should make it is where it requires 2 small bites. Anything more than that, it starts, I don't know, it just isn't that pleasant. So this to me even is a little big.
Mm-hmm.
So we make them so we have 2 small bites. You're making it about that big. Since I have this coconut flour, I'm actually going to coat it.
That big?
Well, that's small. But we could do some small little ones too. Totally up to you. Like I said, it's a personal choice, and you'll get to know it as you do it and know what works best for your family. Now I gotta go wash my hands because I just popped them in my hand. Here, let me just chuck that in there.
Oh my gosh. Isn't it great that once something is on the internet, it's on the internet forever?
Well, yeah, but that's the way we live our life.
What do you mean?
I mean, once things are out, it's just,
once a word is said, it is said.
It's there.
It's true. But now people can look at a recording of it.
It's okay.
Serena Le Pen.
Hi, Serena.
Hi.
Hi, Serena.
Please don't watch the replay. I feel like everything before this.
No, yeah. And if you want to access the recipe, we're going to have this in our free content for a while. So go to huckleberrybotanicals.com and click on, what is it, Herbal School? Or
yeah, and that will take you to the website.
To the website.
That will take you to the courses.
Yeah, then you can scroll through the courses, find it.
And it's free. We've had people say, it's not free because I have to give my email address.
Yeah, you do. You have to give your email address. That's okay, though.
That statement speaks for itself. But anyway.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for it. I'm going to give another suggestion now. Don't use coconut powder or flour to coat these because it just sort of disappears off.
No, that's because I accidentally sat there rolling it in.
Oh, okay. Well, we normally
it probably does happen.
Normally we don't do it in ground coconut. We do it in coconut flakes.
Yeah, like the shredded coconut.
Yeah, that shredded coconut is such.
It adds a nice texture as well. It breaks up from the fact that you're eating something that's pretty like
herby,
squishy, and
yeah. And these are going to be refrigerated. Leave them in the refrigerator. Refrigerate them individually like this, and then go ahead and put them into a baggie and label them. Use them within a couple of weeks. So don't make huge batches at a time. Just make that, regular batch. And you can freeze them if you're going to make a larger batch. Not a problem. This is also one of those things that would be great for Christmas gifts for people who are local or family that's close. You could quickly make these the day before you're going to give the gifts and give these to people with instructions and tell them what's in it and what it's good for. We're getting choppy. Weird. So my favorite thing to coat these in now is cocoa powder, and take the coconut and toast it a little bit. Then you have a really nice crunch, and it's really pleasant.
Toasty flavor.
Yes. So that cocoa powder and toasted coconut, shredded coconut, yum. Yeah. So good. So yeah, we'll be finishing these and putting them in the refrigerator. And depending on what herbs you put in and how many herbs you put in, these could be used for children, not babies, but children, because you're not using.
I'd like to watch a cat eat one of these.
I don't know that a cat would eat one of these.
I know. So make it, except the herb you put in is catnip.
You
can just imagine it, just like
little catnip spheres. Don't forget to put Serena in.
Serena, yes,
in the drawing. Yeah. So that is pretty much it for these, you guys. These are super simple and delicious, easy to not only make but to share, and a really great introduction. These I would compare. These are treats. I mean, they really are to me. They're little treats. If you like eating, I don't know, like granola bars, this is going to be. It doesn't have crunchy granola in it, but you totally could. You could toast up some granola and stick it in here if you wanted to.
You have to use a chunky nut butter, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's freshly ground. Like I literally just ground this today. And so it's still got that texture of the almonds.
Which is really nice. I like having some texture.
Oh,
hi,
Kana.
Late. Should we punish her by not putting her on the list? No.
No.
We'll put you on the list.
A drawing.
And yeah, Kana, you just made these a few weeks ago anyway. At my class. Okay, so sign up for our free herbal content and check out our herb of the month. Go in there and you learn one herb each month with recipes, things like that. And the next herbal preparations course we have coming out is October 1st.
3 days before my birthday, which I still need to come up with a special.
The time she comes up with that, her birthday will be over.
That's true.
But that one covers infused oils, salves, balms, lotion, lip scrub, those kinds of things. So definitely get in there, sign up for that. And we have released our schedule for 2020, including our full certification program live in person, as well as other workshops that we have going throughout the year. I don't think you can sign up for them quite yet, but we do have the schedule released so that you can go and get those things in your calendar and get signed up when we make that available. All right, so if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, we will see you tomorrow, where I will be sharing my favorite herbal coffee blend. And this whole week, tomorrow, herbal coffee blend, and we're making coffee liqueur using our herbal coffee blend. And then the last day, we'll be making a drink using our coffee liqueur, which, gosh, so perfect. It's so much fun. And then you guys will be ready for the weekend to make your own drink. All right, so I will see you tomorrow at 6:30. Don't be late. Kana, I'm talking to you. And until then, health and joy.
Bye.